All right, morning guys. So I did a full tune-up on the Blazer and new points, plugs, distributor, cap, rotor, wires, blah blah blah, the whole thing. Figured out my choke was set really lean. I reset it. Got it all done. It fired right. Actually, let me back up. So I'll tell myself real quick. So get it all done, get the wires all like I think they're supposed to be. Well, the timing is like 1-8-4-3-6-5-7-2 or something like that. I don't know, I probably screwed that up. But anyway, I went counterclockwise putting it on my distributor, thinking I had it right. So yeah. Instead of going 1-8-4-3-6-5-7-2, I went the other direction. I fired it up and it popped and farted and backfired, and I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Little things like that make a big difference. I don't know why, but they do. So yeah, I reversed all that, got it all set back where it needed to be, and boom, fired right up. I probably need to get a dwell meter because it still has points. I set it with this, which was a pain in the ass. You can see here I had to modify a regular one to fit that, because on these points, these are Excel points, you've got a spot here to where you can go and gap your points. Well, on the new style they've connected the condenser to this, and the condenser has a little box right here that covers this, and then it has a deal that runs over to here, like a ground deal. So you can't get one in here that way. So you literally, and of course you have your shaft and your little top and all that kind of stuff up here, so it's super hard to get in there. So I literally had to reach in like this and try to slide it down in there like that. Well, it worked, but is it 18 degrees? Is it 17 degrees? Is it 19 degrees? It's supposed to be 19 degrees, but or 19 thousandths, I should say. But who knows if I'm right on the money, because I'm laying up in the belly of a truck. You know, I've had four-wheel drive trucks and I've never really had to work on mine too much. But that one, I've got this and I'm crawled up in there, and I laid a blanket in there because I'm literally laying with my feet hanging out, my stomach over the edge. My stomach's all cut up, my arms are all cut up. Why am I saying all this? Because, yeah, getting up in there and laying off in there and getting back to that distributor was a pain in the ass. I've got that idled up right now, so it'll kick back down here in a second. I actually got a manual idle deal that so it'll warm up. But this is why I do body work. My father was a mechanic. He worked for Kraft. They changed it to Affiliated. They changed it to all kinds of different places. But he worked at the same company his whole life. He was a diesel mechanic, worked on refrigeration trucks. My uncle was a mechanic. My grandfather was a mechanic. Mechanics run in my family. That's pretty much all we've ever done is work on stuff. So it's in my blood. But for whatever reason, I hate wrenching on cars like this. I don't like this aspect of it, and I don't know why. I just don't have the patience for it for some reason. I don't like cutting my arms up and getting shit falling in my face and wrenches hit me in the face when I'm upside down laying on my back. I just never had the patience for that for some reason. However, this, man, I can do this all day long, not get mad, not get frustrated. Sometimes I get frustrated, but I'll walk off. It'll be fine. This stuff pisses me off within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, I'm at flash point. I don't understand why. It's just what it is. It is what it is. And I'll do it, but I don't like to do it. So, again, I don't know if it's necessarily like if I had an engine on an engine stand like this, and I could build it and I could put my plugs in and everything like that and get everything set up and then drop it in, that may be a different story. I think it's the irritating part to me is having to wiggle your hands down inside a place where you can't hardly get anything, and then have a wrench that you have to turn it maybe, you know, just a little bit at a time, and anyway, so that's my frustration for the day. But I got it up and running, and yeah, I know this is simple shit compared to the stuff that most of you guys probably work on a regular basis. But anyway, that's running. Got it out of here. Hopefully it'll fire back up later on tonight when I pull it back in, because I need to work on this. So I'm going to work on the other panel tonight or today. Try to get this other box fitted in. You can see that box there sitting in there. It's kind of off right there, but yeah, I'll get the other side in there. It's up here, and that's what we'll work on today. All right, guys. See ya. All right, there's that. All right, I got it all lined out, clamped down, so I'm ready to cut this. I took real careful, paid close, careful attention to this. I wanted this gap to be, I don't know if I'm showing that, but I wanted that gap to be really nice right there. That way when I'm welding that, you know, it's not pulling in and out and in and out and all that. So yeah, so comes on down, does this thing here. I use this lead right here to find the edge of that, like that. I stuck it up there, and then as I got towards the curve, I just curved it down to where that kicks up and followed it on around. Took that out, scribed that line out, slid it up in there, and it worked real nice. So yeah, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to go eat some lunch, and then I'll get back out here and cut this little piece out and make it look like this piece here. So all right, see ya. All right, that was a whole bunch of work, but we got her close. I'm gonna have to do some more grinding. I got a little wibble wobbles through here. I'm gonna have to grind that and get that all straight as I can to get those to kind of sink down in there a little bit. So I still got quite a bit of work to do. Probably at least another half a day. I did, however, get a little bit of a screw up right here. You can see that, how I don't know how that happened, how I got it so far in there like that, but the rest of this looks good. So what I'll do is I'll probably take some rod and build this edge up and weld that all back out and grind it down flat. That way, you know, I have the same gaps on each side. So, but yeah, the rest of it looks pretty good. So these are getting close. So once I get done with these, I'm gonna go ahead and weld up the holes, these little holes. I've got a couple little holes here, a couple holes here. I don't see any reason for those, so we're gonna weld those up. A hole here, a little hole here. So while I got that off, I can weld that up and finish out the inside and get it all cleaned up, and hopefully we're coming to an end on these, get these things all boxed up and where they need to be, and then I can go ahead and move on to getting the floor pan laid down on top of this. I will be welding, I'll be welding here obviously, but I'll weld to this box. I'll weld the sheet metal, plug weld the sheet metal to the box, so I'll have, you know, so it'll be really hanging on to the box and the frames, and it's not just on these flanges, it's actually pulled down tight and snug or whatever. Alright, yeah, I got a mess. I got to clean all this up, and I got to go get my truck. Let's go see if this thing will fire up tonight. It's been all day long. Cross your fingers for me. We'll get her warmed up. Whoo! It's freaking cold. All right, let's try it. Once down. Yeah, maybe a couple pumps. There it is. That's my little throttle control. So it'll idle until it warms up, and then I kick that in and it idles good. Perfect. I love it. I can drive it in. I'll have to. Y'all see me out here the other day. I had my truck out here, and because of that, I actually just got up here with the front of my truck and pushed it in by myself. Had the door open, so then when it actually jumped up over the little bumps there, I had to jump out, run in, and grab it by the tailgate to hold on to it so it wouldn't just roll into everything else. So yeah, the stuff you got to do when you're by your lonesome. Whew, damn, it's got to be 20-ish degrees out here. Woo! We'll let that warm up for a minute, and I'll move all this stuff back under here. I have to do this every day because I just don't have a whole bunch of room. So I put this stuff back on top of that, roll it back under here, clean up all that mess, and then pull my Blazer back in. Tomorrow I'll be hooked up, helping my aunt. We sold her property, and I got to go sign all the papers and get her money put in the bank. And then this weekend we're going to move her to a senior living facility. So hopefully we'll get her all taken care of and get her out of that really crappy trailer that she's been living in for 50 years. So I didn't know trailer houses would last 50 years, but that one sure has. All right, guys, we'll see you.